I just have racing in my blood, and I have a heavy right foot as well. So if you love cars and you love going to the track, the way to take it to the next level is by getting started with racing, and that's a lot of fun. If you play Gran Turismo or Forza, you've already done it, so it's a lot of fun to go out and do it in real life. I played too many video games and played too much racing simulator, so I really wanted to do this. And I also was born and raised in Indianapolis. My first memories are of the Indy 500, and I just have racing in my blood, and I have a heavy right foot as well. I've been doing track days since about age 19, and anytime I get a car, I try to track it in the first 2 weeks and understand the dynamics and physics of it, the chassis balance, the grip, etc. If there are mixed conditions, that's even better. Then I'll understand how it will operate in the rain. Anything that happens in the road, I know exactly how far I can push it. Doing that with a bunch of different cars has taught me more about driving. And then doing a lot of simulator, video game type stuff has actually, without doing track, it means nothing. But if you do track and if you do sim racing together, you can kind of put it together and understand what you're trying to feel and get out of it. I decided to get into racing, and one of the easiest ways to do that is you can join a Lemons team or build your own Lemons car, which is more complicated. There are usually teams with seats. It's a great way to get wheel-to-wheel track time with a bunch of people from professional level down to soccer moms, and you don't know who's who, so you just have to watch out. So after I did that, I wanted to race at the Nurburgring, probably the worst track in the world to race at without experience. So I've been going there for over 10 years. I've been setting pretty good lap times for that time, and I know it by heart. There's a lot more to know, but I know the layout and all the turns and braking points, turn-in points by heart. So I decided to try for my German race license. And in order to do that, there are a bunch of steps you have to do. One is you have to live in Germany. Two is you have to pass a medical exam by a doctor in Germany and eyesight exam, etc. And then you have to apply for the license with the DMSB, the Deutsche Motorsportbund, who is like the FIA entity for Germany. So once you do that, you're eligible to enter into competition. The other way to do it, if you're American, is to get a FIA-approved international license. Then you can race in many countries, but that's a higher level license than a national license. So I just wanted to get the national license, and to do that in Germany, you've got to be in Germany. So I got the license at the end of 2015. I registered with the government office that I live in Germany by renting a place from my head instructor. I had to pass a theoretical exam and an on-track exam as well, and show that I have certain capabilities, and there were a lot of detailed questions. It's not just about what color flags mean what, it's about what do you do in certain situations, what do you do at pit speeds at certain tracks that have special rules. They don't want anyone running over safety workers or hurting themselves. So after that, I registered for a race, racing a Porsche Cayman R race version, or completely gutted out car. I raced in the junior series of VLN. VLN is what does the 24 hours of Nurburgring, so you've got to race in the lower level series called RCN several times to move up to VLN, and you have to finish in the top third of your class 3 times before they even let you into VLN. So it's really the best of the best in VLN. Same guys who are doing Le Mans, same guys who are BMW and Mercedes, Porsche factory drivers are there with you. The problem is there's no way for them to prepare for that race, the 24-hour race, other than racing in the junior series. So even in the junior series, you're racing against the best people in the world, and there can be big speed differentials because you're racing many classes at once, from total race cars like GT3 class cars down to, 1985 BMWs that are still pretty fast, actually. I did RCN, that was really cool. It was exactly as I expected, meaning terrible, unpredictable weather and horrible conditions and as dangerous as possible. And in my first race, there was 195 car starting grid and 140 cars finished. And I saw about 15 to 20 crashes in front of me. It was pretty brutal, but we got 4th in class out of 13 in the 3 to 3.5 liter class, which was some 911s and other Caymans as well. So that was pretty good. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I recommend that you do that as well if you like the Nurburgring. It's not as expensive as racing in the US.